Figures released by Public Enterprises Minister Malusi Gigaba posed more questions than answers. Net losses increased by 833 million rand to 1.1 billion rand. Costs increased by 2.9 billion rand, while revenue only increased by 1.5 billion rand.
The bottom line loss increased something like 39%. And basically the cost increased and they didn't recover the cost in increased fares. So there's no reason why the state should actually pay for that, because the taxpayers has the shareholding in the company. SAA should be able to recover their cost, as all other transport organisations have to do.
Meanwhile, a local private sector competitor produced good growth in earnings per share and revenue, which transferred through to better profits precisely by dealing with increased operating costs.
It has been challenging in terms of the fuel price. We have had to increase airfares a little, but the best component in our results has really been the upgrading of our fleet and the efficiency that was brought on by that.
Many airlines without the financial muscle to own their own fleets choose to lease from manufacturers. But this comes at a cost and its own financial pressures.
Leasing companies also look at the viability of the airline, and you've got to have the cash flows to actually pay your leases, otherwise government will have to come to their aid again. So at the end of the day, even if they lease the aircraft, it needs to be a viable operation, and the quicker they do it, the better.
To the less experienced, it may seem that there is a clear distinction between state-owned and run airlines and privately owned ones, and whether they are profitable or not. But this isn't the case. Any successful business operates on flexible business plans based on a sound strategy.
You have many other international airlines that are state-owned, which do very well. In Africa, Ethiopian, and we know of Emirates, which is probably the most profitable airline in the world. But they operate according to business practices, and they employ people that has the commercial agility to actually run things in that way.
I think probably the biggest challenge that SAA's got in the management team is just how to combine the expectations of government with the commercial imperative that's being pushed. And so I think the first step would really be to get complete clarity on what the expectations of government are, and try to separate the government requirements from the commercial requirements of the company.
Not all airlines are profitable, but some are prepared to take the hard decisions to turn losses into profits. They'll either cut staff, reduce their activities on non-competitive routes, or cancel those altogether. It seems, though, that SAA is not ready to take any of those steps just yet. I'm Angelo Coppola for CCTV in Johannesburg.